Tucked into the Accursed Mountains, where jagged mountain peaks, lush forests, and alpine pastures lay undisturbed, lies one of the most beautiful hikes in the Balkans, Valbonë Pass. Connecting the remote village of Valbonë to the hiking paradise of Theth, home of the famous Blue-Eyed Pool. Joined by our friends Em and Ollie, we set out to explore these mountains and share the experience of going up and down and up and down this epic hike. Welcome to a story about Valbonë to Theth, round trip. Getting to this hike is the first part of the adventure. We'll show you the most fun route there, via Koman Lake. 4 hours north of the capital Tirana lies the village of Koman and the iconic lake. We recommend spending an evening at Bushtina Kulei I Vjetar in the village the night before, so you can be fresh for the ferry. The next morning, you finish the drive to Lake Koman. Along that route, you will arrive in this tunnel. It is the final step before you get to the ferry. There's going to be a lot of people walking in this tunnel. Don't ask where they came from. But we're all going to the same place, an epic start to a great hike.
We would recommend not playing the Mississippi game in this tunnel because it goes forever.
When you arrive to the ferry port, you're going to want to hand your keys over to the professionals because they park these cars very tight on the boats. We just boarded the ferry on Komani Lake, and the views are even cooler than we expected. It's no mystery why this is so famous. We have 2.5 hours here, and I can't wait to see what it looks like.
So excited, and we're right next to another ferry, and guess who's on it?
Charlie!
So cool! That was awesome. We're going to talk to him for a couple of minutes, and now we're going to go binge watch all of his shows when we get home or on the airplane ride back.
If you don't know who Charlie Boorman is, he's the host of Long Way Home, Long Way Down, and a bunch of other motorcycle epic stories with Ewan McGregor. And he was kind enough to spend a few minutes chit-chatting with us about his adventures.
I hope these two are lovely people. And so anyway, take care.
How's the ferry?
This ferry is awesome. The scenery is super cool, and it changes way more than I expected. I thought we'd see more or less the same thing the entire time. Everything we've seen has been beautiful. Sometimes it's green, sometimes it's tall, sometimes it's white, sometimes it's dark, sometimes it's towns, beautiful homes on the side, other passengers. That's a good ferry ride.
And it's probably the coolest entrance we've ever had to doing a big hike.
Lake Koman is a stunning lake in northern Albania, en route to the Albanian Alps. Even with its growing reputation, the ferry ride through the lake remains a rustic and exciting experience. The ferry leaves in the morning, and we recommend obtaining your tickets online ahead of time, just in case. The ferry accepts cars, bikes, and passengers. At the time of filming, the cost for 4 passengers in one car is about €100 total. The ride lasts about 2.5 hours. Taking you through fjord-like terrain in the middle of Albania. Intended as a scenic ride, the top and sides are all open, providing uninterrupted panoramic views. We enjoyed watching the birds, pointing out rock formations, and then observing the crew as we came into port. It's a pretty high-tech system for disembarking on the other side. You'll enjoy it just as much as we did. Like we said, leave the driving to the professionals. The rain was really coming down when we arrived, so we decided to lay low with a cup of coffee and let it start to pass. Now that we're past the ferry, it's time to continue the ride to Valbonë. That includes some rainy, windy, beautiful roads, and a couple of cows. We arrived to a thunderous rain at our guest house, where we stayed warm and mostly dry. And then we enjoyed a €10 4-course meal with the other hikers. The big downside to this otherwise perfect dinner is that all the hikers' gear was wet, and it was hung up to dry, including the boots. So the whole dinner room felt like a sauna and smelled like a middle school locker room.
She was a nurse in Central. She is responsible for the nurses in the area.
Well, we all slept pretty decently last night. It stormed the entire night, which was pretty magical in our rooms, and then we woke up to this beautiful view. So, good way to start the day. We're off to breakfast and we're hitting the trail.
It's adventure time. We had a slow start to the morning on account of a terrible rain shower that's finally let up for a little bit. We are going to get wet on this hike. We just don't want to start off wet. So we're about to embark on the 10-mile-ish, 6-hour journey from Valbonë to Theth.
One more good luck, just for good measure. Bye, hotel.
That was a great hotel.
Time to rock and roll.
It's us again. You probably recognize us by our poncho outfits that we always seem to be wearing in these videos.
The rain did not last long. No.
No, the sun did not last long.
The lack of
rain
rain.
is back.
The rain is back.
That's okay though. We're gonna have a great day. I'm really excited to be here.
Check out our friends. They're poncholess. Our day of epic hiking began with about 5 kilometers of road and gravel just to get to the trailhead. You could take a taxi to skip this, but we enjoyed the extra kilometers. It rained on and off during this time, but was never enough to ruin our day. A poncho or two was all it took to keep us dry. The road is not busy on this rainy morning, and aside from a few farms and the trailhead, there wasn't much reason for cars to head down this way anyhow. The rain itself added an element of mystery to the mountains at the beginning. We didn't know what lied ahead, what the peaks looked like, or if we would see the sun at all today. Our minds are humming with the possibility of adventure. About 3 kilometers into the hike, we got off of the road onto this beautiful rock trail, and it looks like we are going to take another deviation. Pretty flat for the first 3K. Mary, how you doing?
Feeling really good. I'm glad that it stopped raining on us now, although we're still wearing our ridiculous ponchos. I have a feeling it might come back, but it's beautiful. And we came here, what is it called, the last week of September?
Yep.
So all the leaves are starting to change. Pretty good. Okay.
You just follow these. Down the stone road.
You guys just hold off.
I think that's rain that we're looking at right there. But I may be wrong. Awesome.
Should hopefully start, like, you know, getting a bit more scenic now.
The official trailhead. Shortly after beginning the uphill at the trailhead, we came across our first cafe. We learned there are several cafes on the way up and on the way down. Coffee, beer, and light snacks. You can find it all. Thank you.
Thank you. What do you think?
That's a traditional coffee if I've ever had one.
I want the cappuccino. Kept it safe. Well, that was the cutest stop ever. We got to talk to the guy, and he's building a hotel guest house on the top floor and then a coffee shop on the bottom. It was so nice. And the sun just came out! Sunshine, sunshine, sunshine. We've been rained on a lot for the last 2 days, so this is a big deal.
So to sum it up, traditional coffee, no good. The latte, very good.
Alright, I gotta give it to this trail. This is probably one of the prettiest hikes I've ever done. Just having the canyon walls on the side, the running water, the leaves changing, and then being able to look out into the canyon with all of these different mountains and the sheer rock cliffs and the evergreen trees. It's so beautiful. We've arrived at the pass.
The peak is pretty sweet. There's a side quest you can do, and when we come back and it's sunny, we'll do it. Don't need to do it today.
It's too foggy today.
Wow.
Holy moly. Who had the other one?
I had one for dessert last night.
No!
He made his bed.
I ain't afraid to not have a cookie. I'm ready. You ready?
You know it's not cold? My nose. You know what is cold? My nose. This is one of my favorite views you can get on a hike, where you've got the changing leaves but then the blue mountains in the background. Oh, so beautiful.
The Theth side also has several cafes for you to stop at on your way down, each cuter than the last. Just be careful, because the friends you make at these cafes could stick with you a while. It's... not too shabby, huh?
We did it.
We are in Theth.
Took a lot longer than I thought it would, but much more beautiful than I anticipated.
And our hotel for the night is stunning, with a great view, and great beers, and great service.
Yeah. So we're gonna stay here all day tomorrow, do a big hike to a waterfall, check out Blue Eye, is that what it's called?
Blue Eyes.
And then finish the hike back to town the following day. And that way we get to see the same path twice, which would be really nice. Any other thoughts on the hike today?
Great hike.
Good deep thoughts. Glad we shared those. Smile. Look happy. This is gonna go in a video that you're gonna watch one day when you're older. You're gonna want this. And then we get a salad and bread.
Is this the lamb?
You happy?
Yum. This looks incredible.
This is so amazing.
Oh yeah, I got rice.
Good morning.
After an amazing breakfast with some crepes and some fig jam and some other good stuff, we are off to do the Blue Eyes hike. There's a ton of amazing hikes in Theth. Blue Eyes is the most iconic, probably the most famous, except for the one that this video is actually about. And we're gonna figure out what it's like to walk there and see the Blue Eyes.
And apparently you can hike there, which I think takes about 5 hours, and then you can get a bus or a taxi back, because we're not really up for doing a 10-hour hike after yesterday's full hike and tomorrow's. So we're gonna see how that works out, but it's a beautiful day. I am obsessed with this town and excited to get started.
It was a steep scramble to get up here, but we took a detour on our walk to Blue Eyes for this incredible waterfall.
Barefoot Wonder! Did you like that?
Thumbs up.
Woo! We have approached the maybe top 3 sketchiest bridges we've ever seen and done in our lives. Who wants to go first?
I will go first.
You nervous?
I volunteer. No. I can swim.
You gonna go down there?
Oh no, I'm going across.
All right. I love you. Please be careful.
Whoa.
Colin! One more of those and you're going down by the water. Oh God, they bend.
Don't step on this one.
Oh my God.
That one's a bit more sturdy up there.
God, this looks so sketchy.
Oh dear.
Woo! Go Colin!
Sketchiest bridge I've ever been on.
Yeah? Here goes. Emily? Do not try this at home. Or in Albania. How are we back on sketchy bridges? We don't even have to do this one. But he's loving it. All right, here I come.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
This is really beautiful.
Following this epic waterfall and the sketchy bridges, you walk across the water for about an hour. If you can time this visit to Albania right, you can hit this trail during the peak fall and see some beautiful leaves. We did this in late September and experienced some perfect foliage. After an hour on the trail, you'll come across this miniature village where you can restock on water, snacks, or have lunch. We highly recommend making a visit out of this. The temperature drops probably 10 degrees as soon as you get over the water. This has got to be some cold stuff.
We ordered the cornbread. Colin, how excited are you?
That looks incredible. Is that honey on top?
No way.
It might be oil, but it might be honey. It smells good.
And how much was this?
400 lek.
Incredible. So excited. All right, do we think we just cut it like a cake?
She said it's already cut.
Oh,
But you did just cut exactly where she'd cut. So
that's fantastic. That's perfect.
And these coffees are 150 lek, and they're big. So this is a must stop. Wherever we are, you should stop too.
oh my gosh, we might have to go over that rickety thing.
The rickety thing.
This is so cool.
You from up here? What? Oh. It's so beautiful.
This isn't even the thing we came to see. I didn't know this was a part of the hike today. Incredible.
The Accursed Mountains? They should call them the Blessed Mountains.
Let's get it.
Hey, it's gushing, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's scrubbing. Ah.
Sure.
This is out of this world. I have never seen anything like this before. The brightest of blue waters, which I think I say every time we go anywhere with blue water, but I haven't seen bright blue water in river form yet. And then just the canyon walls. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. This trip was so worth it. Got to what I thought was the blue eye, and then this couple is coming down from the mountain. I'm like, oh, is there more to see up there? They're like, yeah, the blue eye. So apparently we gotta go just a little bit further down. A lot of sketchy bridges today. Look at that! I'm a little nervous.
Mayor here. Let me give a little context. You know those stairs that everybody had back in the 1990s where there was like the holes in between each step? For whatever reason, those really planted a fear of bridges with gaps above water, and it's become a huge problem on our hikes. Thank goodness for Colin holding my hand and guiding me across the bridge.
No. I take back everything I said about the bridge earlier today. This is officially the sketchiest bridge I've ever walked across, and I have to go back across it in a little bit. Woo! If only I knew what that said. Oh wow, I can always get in the water. Oh! at these stairs. They just go straight down.
Wow.
That's,
Sure gets cold when you get down here.
I know. Wow, this is a cool bus, guys.
Yeah, it is.
We made it. How relieved are you guys that we don't have to walk?
Oh, super duper. Wow, this is come on.
This is a fancy bus. Holy smokes. Oh, I smell. Oh, thank you.
Getting the bus service back is way easier than it looks online. You show up and there's a ton of options and it's only €5.
Perfect timing. We found the cheap market so we can get some groceries before heading home to fuel up for the hike tomorrow.
If you're already in the area doing the hike from Theth to Valbonë, we highly recommend adding on the Blue Eyes too. You can't miss that water. Once the hike is over, we play cards at our hotel and wait until dinner. We are really growing to love Albanian cuisine. I'm loving staying at these guest houses in Albania. The food for breakfast is fantastic, the food for dinner is out of this world, and it seems very fresh. I'm pretty sure we ate one of these chickens last night.
Oh my god, no, we did not.
Service has been incredible. We had a terrible night's sleep last night. That was because of our neighbors, not the fault of the guest house, but they're pretty special.
Did I eat your brother last night? I feel so bad. Please forgive me. I was a very hungry lady. Don't be mad at me, it's not my fault. I was a vegan for 4 years.
The sun is out, and so are we. This will be our second time traversing the epic pass, this time in full sun as opposed to the rain that we began in. It is a long and flat walk from our guest house to the trailhead, which we are grateful for as a nice warm-up.
Oh, hi, buddy. We got 1 horse over here and 3 up here.
The uphill was pretty grueling and unrelenting this time, but nothing that you can't take in strides. We rose up through the dense forest, past the cafes, past the donkeys, and before we knew it, we had reached the summit again.
Who did it? What's up? And we found ourselves a summit pup. Hi, buddy. He's just checking out reviews. Hi. Well earned.
about summit, baby.
Woo!
Alright, no Snickers. Like a summit Snickers. Every summit deserves one.
Key element to hiking.
The trail is so busy today relative to our rainy day, but it wasn't really an issue until now. Here at the small summit, it's pretty crowded. In an effort to leave the crowds, we tacked on an extra summit hike to an overlook. When we arrived, we learned we were not the only ones with that special idea. So we found a plot of land that we could rest at, enjoyed a summit Snickers, and took in our surroundings. The Albanian Alps are just stunning. The backside of the hike is very quiet. I'm not sure if it's because of the time of day or simply because not as many hikers go to Valbonë. The trail, it just had more peace to it. Heading down Switchback Alley was also faster and easier than we expected.
If you're debating doing this hike and you're thinking, should I do it out and back? I would recommend doing it twice because it's a completely different hike today and you get two different experiences. And if you're gonna go do an iconic hike like this, I think being able to be on the trail twice as long is definitely worth it. I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, I'll just do it one way and then go on to the next spot, but it's just such a beautiful hike. And there's so much to look at and see, and I think it's gonna be different every time you do it, so hike it twice. The crazy part is none of these leaves were like this when we did the hike 2 days ago. So we got so lucky that we got to see it in full bloom. Look at this, it's so good. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh my gosh. Wow, I love fall. We got so lucky that we got to see this. And what a nice little surprise waiting for us at the end of the big, scary, terrible hill. Oh, so good.
Thank you to Em and Ollie for planning this adventure and making it possible. We love and we miss you.
We officially made it back. Woo! Good work, team. 7 hours and what?
8 minutes, 19.86.
Wow. We did it.
Good work, team.
Super proud.
Much better.
Nice.
As we returned to the same guest house as before, we were surprised with a room upgrade and enjoyed the same delicious meal. It was even tastier this time, and there weren't as many smelly boots.
A very important honorable mention to this weekend's trip were the guest houses.
Who knew? But guest houses in northern Albania, particularly in the mountains, are the way to stay, mostly because they're the only option. But it's a cheap hotel,
Yeah, it's like
breakfast included,
a bed and
delicious
breakfast plus dinner. It's incredible. The food here has been so great. I feel like we got a really good taste of what the food in Albania tasted like. We've gotten fresh breakfast every single morning. They have an option for packed lunches, so if you are going over the mountains and you didn't bring food, you can actually buy a packed lunch from them. And then they've got a nice warm dinner served every night around 7 p.m. I didn't think that this was something we should be excited for coming into the trip. This was incredible.
I can't wait to come back to Albania just to stay at these guest
Yes.
houses again.
Don't you feel like, oh god.
It's like a bed and breakfast, but better.
Don't you feel like normally when we're doing like a trek like this, the food is where we lack? Like we don't
Oh, the
have like
food's
the highest
terrible
quality
normally.
food and like like some of the breakfasts that we've gotten at bed and breakfast type places before abroad have not been very good or filling. And I think I've gained weight on this last 4 days.
Cannot express how great the guest houses in Albania
Yes,
are.
definitely.
They're awesome.
Okay, and one more fun thing to mention. We met this really great couple last night at dinner, and they're 77 years old, and they're doing this hike tomorrow, and I just thought that was so cool. So if you're watching this video and you're thinking, oh, I really wish I could do this, but I'm too old or I can't do it, you totally can. You always can do cool stuff, and those people really inspired me.
Me too.